This presentation is for an MIS class 4478. The topic of our presentation is organization memory, and it is presented by Team Zeppelin, and the team members are Adnan Purwala, Abdulaziz Jawani, and Naguib Chaudhry. We're going to go ahead and start off by defining what organizational memory is. It is also referred to as the institutional or corporate memory. It is the accumulated body of data, information, and knowledge created in the course of an individual's organization's existence. More traditionally, it is associated with the individual's ability to acquire, retain, and retrieve knowledge. Within business, this concept is extended beyond the individual, and the organizational memory therefore refers to the collective ability to store and retrieve knowledge and information. Historically, the notion of organizational memory was built upon the concept of collective memory and originates from the work of Darkham and Vygotsky. Based on their work, Spender claimed that organizational memory was linked to the social construction theory. Walsh and Ungsten further built on Vygotsky's work and suggested that the organizational memory is a technique that can be used for information retention, acquisition, and retrieval in an organization. They assert that the memory exists within an organization. However, unlike the human memory, an organization's memory is not to be found in one discrete location, but it is spread across the whole establishment, with particular organizational structures responsible for differing aspects of the memory. According to Walsh and Ungsten's research, the structure of organizational memory can be classified within 6 information storage bins, namely individuals, culture, transformations, structures, ecology, and external archives. The first component of retention facilities is the individual's memory, which is the most important repository for an organization's information. The type of information retained by individuals tends to be based upon their own experiences and observations. This information can be retained in their memory stores or more subtly in their belief structures, assumptions, and values. Up next we have culture. It is the learned way of perceiving, thinking, and solving problems that is transmitted to the individuals within the organization. It encapsulates the past experiences that can be useful when reasoning about problems that are likely to occur in the future. Learned cultural information is stored in language, shared frameworks, symbols, stories, and grapevine. Transformation is yet another component of the retention facilities. It is the process of changing something from one form to another. For instance, an insurance claim into a check, or a recruit into a long-standing employee. Sociologist Prue argued that the analyzability of search behavior in the transformation process characterizes the nature of technology. This search behavior varies from analyzable, that is, problem-solving procedure, to unanalyzable, the experience, judgment, knack, wisdom, and intuition. In either case, the retrieval of the past information from past transformations guides through the current process. Transformations occur throughout the organization. Practices from design of work itself to selection and socialization, to budgeting and market planning inhibit transformations and build on past experience. The next component is structure. Walsh and Ungsten suggest that the structure of an organization has implications on the role individuals take within it and the information that is retained. It is essential in its implications for individual roles' behavior and their link with the environment. Individual roles such as doctors, lawyers, politicians, law enforcement officers become a repository in which organization information can be stored and get patterned over time to depict task differentiation and control. An example of this might be an engineer making a serious mistake in some design and not documenting it for the fear of repercussions from superiors. This information is not retained because of structure of the organization. The fifth component, ecology, reveals information about the physical structure or workplace of an organization. The physical setting reflects the status of hierarchy as well as it reinforces behavior prescriptions. In their 1983 study, Oldham and Rochford found that interpersonal experiences were also affected by the ecology, indicated that employees working in a densely populated dark office accumulated to low performance feedback, high interpersonal conflicts, and few opportunities to develop friends. The last component, external archive, sheds light on the fact that organization is not the sole repository of its past. If an employee's memory fails, they can turn to others to recall events. Organizations are surrounded by people who retain or house their information. Former employees retain a fairly good account of information during their tenure. These individuals are referred to as old hands. The government requires companies to report their activities in the annual 10K reports. Financial service firms collect data to inform people making decisions for their investments. The news media also like to collect information for recording purposes. And lastly, business historians will also chronicle an organization's past. Now let's shift gears from retention facilities to look at some of the practical applications of organization memory. Human resources uses organization memory to manage employees by overseeing organizational leadership and culture in order to attract, retain, train, assess, and reward employees. Knowledge management uses strategies to identify, create, represent, distribute, and enable adoption of insights and experiences to enhance organizational performance and create value. Such insights and experiences comprise knowledge embedded in organization processes and practices. Just like anything else, organization memory has its pros and cons. Some of the benefits are that it provides a simple framework for guiding human resource efforts and improving knowledge management. It helps to make informed decisions based on historical data and past experiences. It can also serve as a competitive advantage. For example, tech giant Apple's culture of secrecy leaves their owls at dark regarding their product development and upcoming features. This generates an incredible hype surrounding their products and helps them expand their customer base grounding upon their unique features. The last thing we want to discuss as far as the benefits are concerned is that it reduces transaction costs and in turn increased revenues. As far as the limitations go, we will talk about the two which we think are the most important ones. The first being high emphasis on organization memory can disable learning in an organization, causing rigidity. This can cause companies to no longer notice changes in the environment. An example of this is the German architect Albert Speer. During World War II, he felt happy that German factories were destroyed by the Allies, leading them to focus on new machinery. Another limitation is that prior history may cause habitual decision making which may not be based on the current situation. This is better understood with an example of the Facet Company in the 70s. This company would produce mechanical calculators and were resistant to the new technology of electronic calculators, and it almost led them to bankruptcy. In conclusion, we defined organization memory, its 6 important storage bins, then we went over how to use it in human resources and knowledge management. And lastly, we covered the benefits as well as the limitations. In our opinion as a team, we think that the cons outweigh the pros. The reason we say that is because the rigidity of an organization to learn new business scenarios will not get them anywhere, but on the contrary, it can lead to their downfall or bankruptcy, if you will. Thank you so much for watching our presentation. We are Team Zeppelin from Dr. Scott's MIS 4478 course. The team consists of Adnan Palanpurwala, myself Abdulaziz Jawani, and Naguib Chaudhry. Thanks again for watching.